You have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Orlando has it. Runner here won't go. Stuffs it down with authority.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Fultz with the basketball. Down a bundle. Markelle Fultz. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Fournier. That is great vision to set it up. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Terrence Ross at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 79% at the line. Free throw good, and the lead. Back down to 15. He'd have the basketball. Butler. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
To Fultz. And the finish at the rim.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
It was right there. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. Time expires. And the Heat right now are feeling good. So the Heat will have it to start this fourth and final quarter. And this one, Jay, not totally in the win column yet, but with a double-digit lead, you have to like their chances.
I love when I start seeing fans exit the arena so early in this game, and I hear people say, this one should be in the bag. Well, guess what? It's never a guarantee. You have to be careful not to slow down the pace of the game and take the air out of the basketball. You have to put your foot on the gas and try to win this game with a sense of urgency.
Jimmy Butler trying to cash in on the three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Free throw's good. Add one more to the total. This game feels out of reach. To Mo Bamba. Oh, defender pulling the chair. To Waiters. Farouk Aminu with a piece. Orlando ball.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Stuffs it down with authority.
And easy, too. Get back on defense.
Surveys the floor. To Randolph. The big fella, Zach Randolph. Better late than never. That was his first shot, and it goes down.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
False. Offensive board. Bam Adebayo sends it away. Hustle pays off. They've got the possession. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Zach Randolph tips it.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to...
Oh, I thought that was a dunk. Easy.
Not too many times you see a poster for the defender, but that was brilliant.
It's Orlando's ball.
I got him.
Knocked loose. He'd come up with it.
Don't play scared now. Let's push the ball. Let's get this lead up.
Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Ooh, shows like this separate the... Good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Deep right corner. Vucevic to Mo Bamba. Mo Bamba powers it through.
It's so difficult to block a guy like that with that kind of athleticism and length. Your timing almost has to be perfect, but pretty much there's no stopping him when he's around the rim.
To Butler. Waiters. Down low Randolph. The big fella, Zach Randolph. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Stuffs it down with authority.
See, Ed, that's what I love. You don't need to conserve your energy. You attack that rim with ferocity. You always set the tone.
Visit our team website for the latest news, videos, interviews, and features. You can get
New blood coming in for both sides.
screening press conference. Visit the website for your chance to win. Substitutions, Miami.
Count it.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
To Vucevic. The Magic with 4 to shoot. To Mo Bamba. And a nice finish at the rim.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Burke with it. His guys hold a commanding lead. From long range. That out of his range and no good. Not that time. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
Okay, you don't get a 10 for style points, but it worked.
It's the Heat with the possession. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
Did you see that change of direction mid-flight? And also the English he utilized to spin the ball off the rim? That was a thing of beauty.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
And the defense keeps sticking to those flare screens. Just don't flare out to the three-point line. Flare to the rim for a lob.
Randolph. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Coach of the Magic will use a timeout. They're down big in this fourth quarter, and a chance here to empty their bench. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Heat get control.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
Turns and slams it down.
That transition offense was flawless when guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency. You heard me correctly, a sense of urgency. You will get a great shot every possession.
Oh, Evan Fournier, 4 out of 10.
No doubt about where that one was headed. Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. That pass stolen by Orlando.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
It's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Heat dominated this game from beginning to end. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all of the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Miami Heat. The Magic really lost big in this matchup, and you can tell it was tough on them. My advice for these guys is not to watch any TV tonight, because it's not going to help them forget about this game. Everyone is going to be talking about this. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Orlando Magic.
Game track. Points in the paint.
These guys walked in with the game plan, and they walked out with the win. And these highlights, they tell even more of the story.
Player of the game.
The highlight says it all. He's your player of the game. We handpicked them for you. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
This is what the future holds for the Orlando Magic. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen.